This is the practice test for Unit 2. Like every practice test, I'm going to give you all the answers. So, first problem, make sure you read the directions for these. Find the slope of the line. So remember the slope formula. You will not be given this on the test. You're expected to remember this one. M is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. x1 y1 x2 y2. So let's just plug the numbers in. So for example, that number is going to be this number. Okay, that's where all the numbers are going to go. So y2, that's 8 minus 10 and 3 minus, so always a minus, and then the negative 4. So that becomes 8 minus 10, that's negative 2. 3 minus a negative 4, that becomes 3 plus 4. And that's going to give you a negative 2 over 7. Okay, look at number 2. Same thing. Here's your x1, here's your y1, x2, y2. So we have 5 minus 5 over 3 minus 2. 5 minus 5 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. So your slope is 0. Okay, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 looks a little bit different. But remember, we've done this before on one of the assignments. So this one they're asking you to find the parallel of the line given. First thing you must do, you have to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. So write in slope-intercept. Remember, the slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. That's where the y is in front by itself. So essentially, I'm just solving for y. So negative 7 equals negative 12x plus 6y. I'm going to move the 12 over. So I'm going to plus 12x to both sides. Okay. So the 7 and the 12 cannot add to each other. That's why I put them different so that we don't get confused and add them like that. So I get positive 12x minus 7 is equal to 6y. And then last step I need to do, divide every term by 6. So then I get, I'm going to write the y first. 6 divided by 6 is just 1y. And then 12 divided by 6 right here, that is 2x. And then negative 706. Leave that as a fraction. So here, we want to find the slope parallel to the line. So remember, parallel means same slope. So then our parallel slope is going to be also 2. So remember, that's their second step. Parallel means same slope. Okay, number 4. So this one is asking for perpendicular. So we can do the same thing as we did number 3. First thing, we're going to write it into y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to minus 14 over. Doesn't matter if you do the 14 or you do the 2y, you're going to get the same thing. I'm going to make sure I do it over here so I don't get confused. So I have a minus 2y is equal to 9x minus 14. And then I need to make y by itself. Divide every term by negative 2. So I get a positive y is equal to 9 over 2. I'm going to put the minus out there. It doesn't matter if the minus is on the top or the bottom or the side. They're all the same. And then 14 over 2, that reduces to 7. So here's our slope. And remember, perpendicular means first thing we gotta do is gotta flip the fraction. And then we have to change sign. So then our slope for this one is going to be positive 2 over 9. Okay, 5 and 6. We'll read the direction. It says write it in point slope form. I'm going to write it in the middle. Remember, point slope form. This is your point slope form. y2 or y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Again, you're expected to know this. I'm not going to write that on the board. So first thing, label x1, y1, m. M is always your slope. So all you have to do is just plug the numbers in. So there's your x1. It's going to go over here. Does not include the minus sign. Y1. And there's your m. So we're going to get y minus 2 is equal to 3x minus 5. And you're done. Point slope form is like that. You're done. You don't have to do anything else. Same thing with number 6. Let's label x1, y1, m. So we have y minus. So you always do a minus. And then your negative 2, that's your y2, is equal to negative 1, x minus 4. So now we just gotta reduce it or simplify to make it pretty. So y plus 2 is equal to negative 1, x minus 4. Okay, 7 through 14. These are the ones where you had to write into slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept is your y equals mx plus b. So for these ones, there's 3 steps. First step is find slope. Sometimes it's given to you, sometimes you have to find it. Okay, first step is find slope. Second step, you need to write it in point slope form. And third step, solve for y. And that is going to be your slope-intercept. So 3 steps you have to do. Okay, number 7. So first step is find slope. Slope is given right there. So m is equal to negative 6. Okay, so we did first step. Second step, write in point slope form. Again, point slope form is what we did up here. Right there. So we get y minus negative 8 is equal to negative 6, x minus 0. So this is our second step. This was our first step. Okay, now we gotta do our third step. So I'm gonna simplify it a little bit. Y plus 8 is equal to, now I'm gonna distribute this. Negative 6x, 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6 times 0 is just 0. And then we need y by itself, minus 8 to both sides. And you get y is equal to negative 6x minus 8. Because look at number 8. So remember, first thing we have to do is find slope. This one, slope is not given to us. So you have to use the slope formula to find it. So it's first step. m is equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have 7 minus 7 is equal to 3 minus 2. That's going to give me a 0 over 1, which is just 0. Don't let this confuse you. It is a 0 slope. Remember, that actually makes it easier to write. So second step, slope or point slope form. So I'm going to use those two. So y minus 7. It doesn't matter which one you use, though you get the same answer. Equals 0, x minus 2. So simplify this a little bit and distribute this 0. So I get y minus 7 is equal to 0. Because 0 times x is 0, 0 times negative 2 is 0. Then last step, plus 7 to both sides. Don't forget this step. So y is equal to positive 7. That's your third step. Okay, number 9, 10 are exactly like number 8. So I'm going to do more without explaining as much. So first step, negative 7 minus a negative 3. And then 5 minus 3 becomes a positive because there's two negatives there. So negative 7 plus 4, that's a negative 3. And the bottom's a 2. So second step, point slope form. Point slope form says y minus negative 3 is equal to negative 3 over 2 x minus 3. So clean it up a little bit, it becomes y plus 3 is equal to, so I'm going to distribute this. Negative 3 over 2 times x, that's just the same 3 over 2 times x. And then 3 over 2 times negative 3. We'll do this in a couple of steps. So I have negative 3 times negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. So I get 9 over 2 up there. Now we're not done yet. We need y by itself. I'm going to minus 3 to both sides. So I get y is equal to negative 3 over 2 x, just a positive, plus 9 over 2 minus 3. So I believe on the test there will not be any fractions, but if there is ones, then you have to simplify it as best as you can. So then now let's focus on this part, adding and subtracting fractions. So when you do that, you need a common denominator. This is 9 over 2 minus 3 over 1. So we got to make this 2 on the bottom. So I get 9 over 2 minus 6 over 2. That is equal to 3 over 2. So then I'm going to rewrite my whole equation. Y is equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2. Number 10, exactly the same. I get 5 minus negative 5 over negative 3 minus 2. 2 negatives becomes a positive. So I get 5 plus 5 on the top, that's 10. On the bottom is negative 5. Reduce that, it becomes negative 2 for your m. That was your first step. Second step, point slope form. So y minus negative 5 is equal to negative 2 x minus 2. Clean it up. You get y plus 5 is equal to negative 2x. So I'm just